Yo, yo, yo. Check, check. What up, Liam? Sick, sick stream, dude. Hope you had a good time. Yo, what up, Jamie? What is up? Can you guys hear me? Make sure everything is all good. What up, Bradley? How's it going? Sounds good. Cool. Is there any delay on my camera, or is it all good? Okay, sweet. Sick. Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. If you don't know me, it's because this is my first time on the channel. Yeah, I'm Danny. I've been working with Matt for a couple months now, since I think January. I joined on to be a video producer. So if you guys enjoy any of his videos over the last couple months, that's from us. Yo, yo, what up? What up, Taki? I am the editor. Yep. I actually just got done working on Matt's new Day in the Life that I believe is going to go out tomorrow. Nice to meet you too, man. Thank you very much. Wobble? What do you mean? Wait, the on the text? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. We've been trying to, yeah, if you ever have any suggestions, we're kind of in this weird limbo right now with the channel of like figuring out what kind of videos we want to post. Like, we want to keep everything obviously trading related, psychology related. Oh, on Matt's face. I feel you. The yeah. Actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. The reframing. I just try to do that to make it a little bit more interesting than just like a stationary camera, but I could see how that would be annoying for some people. So I will take that note. What happened to Matt? So this is a new kind of format for Matt's stream. He will always stream in the morning for his normal session for the opening, and then we have a number of different streamers that pop in throughout the day. So Liam takes over after Matt. I take over after Liam from 1 to 3, and then we'll have a little bit of break from 3 to 5 while the market's closed, and then Jaws will take over for the opening, for the Globex opening at 5, and then Jamie takes over for Matt goes live. So from, I believe, 5 Central to 8:30. Yeah, it's a whole show now. Whole show. Yeah, that's me. I live in St. Louis, and I go back and forth to Texas, where Matt is, and I go about once a month to check it out and film some videos and work out of the office. So we just did a vlog that'll be going out tomorrow that I've been editing today. So yeah, it should be a good one. Hey, Jade. Yes, sir. It'll be good. Grew up outside of St. Louis. Where? What area? I grew up just outside of the city too, in the county. So about 15 minutes from the city. Edwardsville. Okay, yeah, that's not far at all. That is not far at all. Very familiar. I used to you're in St. Charles? No way. You're right down the road, dude. You're literally 10 minutes from me. I play golf out there all the time, especially in St. Peter's. Let me pop out this chat and move it over here. Okay. Cool. Yeah, small world. I feel like that's how it is with the Midwest. Like, it's all connected in some way. Especially if you're from St. Louis, everybody knows each other. Everybody's like 10 minutes from each other. Yeah, so I'm trading a Lucid account. This is a fresh account that I started today. A funded account that I started today. I passed it, I believe, on Monday, and just kept it on the sidelines for this, specifically for this stream. What up, Silver? Is it true that everyone from St. Louis area asks for high school? Yes, that is absolutely true. Because it's, I mean, dude, there are an insane amount of schools in a very small area. So it kind of like divvies up. You can make a lot of assumptions about like where you went to high school and like what kind of what kind of I don't know, upbringing you had. San Antonio too, yeah. But yeah, this is a 50K flex account. Pass it on Monday night, I believe, in the Globex session, and just kept it on the sidelines for to start with the stream. So kind of the format I'm gonna go with is I'll always I always trade in the morning at open, and I'll usually review my trades, which we'll do in a little bit, to tell you kind of what trades I took this morning and see if there's anything setting up in power hour. That's what I was told by some friends from there. Yeah. No, it's a weird city where, like, if you Google St. Louis City population, it's going to be a very small number, but it's because nobody lives in the city. So it's like spread out over a very large area where millions and millions of people live. So you have like these areas, and that's, I feel like that's where that comes from, the whole high school thing. High school areas are like gangs here. Yeah, it literally is. Because there's so many districts. I mean, there's so many districts, so many area, like small cities within St. Louis. You've got the county, you've got St. Charles, you got St. Peter's, University City, you got the city itself. How do you journal your trades if you do? So yes, I do journal my trades. Not all the time, but it's something that I've been trying to reintroduce to my trading. There's a lot of good resources you can use out there. But what I found is that it doesn't really matter what you use, obviously. You just want to have some sort of process to reflect on what you did that day, how you were feeling, what the market was doing. So you can go back and look. A lot of, let me see. I am kind of new to Lucid, but I believe they have a dashboard where you might be able to journal. But depending on what prop firm you use, they might have different tools. Okay, so maybe they do, but it's just not, the day hasn't registered as being over yet. So I don't know if that is an option, but there's a lot of different ways. You could always just open up a notepad, Google Doc. I know a lot of people have like Notion, which is really cool. Notion workspaces where you can start journaling your trades. But really it's all about like actually, taking action on it and doing it consistently. So whatever is going to make it more conducive for you to actually do it is what I would suggest. And a lot of people like get caught up on like, what do I write? And it can be very, very simple, very short. And yeah. Is the music good, by the way? Do I need to turn it up or turn it down? Or can you guys even hear it at all? Turn it up. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Liam, I'm gonna probably, what I'm gonna do is at the end of every stream, I'm going to do like a group journaling session just to like promote it a little bit. So after MOC, before we wrap up the stream, maybe we all recap the day. Double, okay. There we go. Let me know if that's any better. Make sure you guys you like the stream, pump those numbers up, try to get some more people to join. I know it is perfect. Okay, cool. I know I don't know really what to expect just because it is the end of the day, and I know a lot of people wrap up their trading by now, but okay, sweet. Yeah, I was even thinking about like providing some sort of resource for everybody too, of like maybe I make my own Notion journal template for everybody to use. The times I blow up is quite typical. I add to a losing position, kept sizing up. Yeah, for sure, dude. And that is a very common thing. I mean, we all do it. The goal is to, you gotta show some restraint and not size up when you're feeling like that. 'Cause sizing up is how you blow up. Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Can you explain your strategy to get an idea and better understand your trade? Yeah, sure. I will recap it a little bit. So it is a loose idea or strategy of like basically support and resistance. So or supply and demand. So what I do every week, usually on Sunday night, is I very simply put, the money in the house. What up, Texas Ryan? Very simply, I look left. So, and I use volume. So in this case, I jump to a daily and I do top-down analysis. So you can kind of see where these areas or points of interest are being drawn from. So you could see these touch points that prices revisited over and over and over again. And I like to have a visual of like where those areas are. This is a funded account. I'm just trading one right now. It's a Lucid 50K flex account. You can see where these areas are kind of being drawn from. So you have this area over here where price has revisited it over and over and over again and has been shown to provide support. And same with areas where it is above price are basically areas of resistance. Is that the Danny Dime? So what up, Jaws? So I look for those areas and I usually, try to wait for price to revisit them and take trades off them. So you could see a good example of today of right here. This is actually a trade that I took, and let me show you. So you could see where price revisited this area of support, held it literally like almost perfectly. You could see the body of those candles where it held up. I took a long off it, got out, very small scalp, and we're up 600 today based off that same area here where price was struggling, was kind of flagging out, where you can see here. And I took a short basically off the top of that zone. And then I did it again here. And this is a different part of my strategy, which I'll explain. So along with drawing those areas of interest, I basically, what I do, and this is very common, is I take the Asia highs and lows, London high and lows, and I plot them on my chart every day. So if you look back, you can see every single day, these boxes that are drawn here, those are the highs and lows of the time frames that I like to trade off of. So I mark those highs and lows where you can see these lines, and I trade off those too. So you can see today was a great example at the open where price revisited that area, took out a ton of liquidity here in this huge wick, and price moved up from that point on. So took a scalp there, took a long, got out. If we can see prices. Okay, cool. So got in at 643, got out at 659, and took a little scalp. So three trades in total today for a total of 590, which is the first trading day on this funded account. And I'm very happy with that. We're going to try our best to not give back anything the rest of this session. But if something sets up, we will absolutely take it. I was looking at this area earlier. You could see where there was some support, and I was going to take this along, but I ended up holding back. Balloonerism art, yeah, thanks, dude. I have that, and the yellow one, you can't really see it, but like right behind me is the Faces album. I'm a big Mac Miller guy, if you can't tell. But yeah, you could see where price reacted in this area almost 3 times today. So you have this area. Let me see if I can grab a drawing too. You've got this area here. You've got this area here. It reacted again here. And then it's basically flipping again in these areas. So do you trigger on the 5 minute or use a lower time frame? I try not to go lower than the 5. I just don't like the way the 1 minute moves for my trading style. I get faked out a lot on smaller time frames, but you could see where price reacted a lot better too on the 1 minute if you ever want to look. But the 5 minute is where I like to stick to the 5 minute. So there's an area. This is kind of an area I'm looking at too. You can see price is respecting it, having a good reaction off this zone. If I had to guess, we've already moved up a ton today. You can see like this candle is on the 1 hour is crazy. The 9 a.m. hourly candle, that's ridiculous. If that doesn't scream bullish, I don't know what does. Price got sucked down, absolutely catapulted off of it, retraced the whole move, and we've kind of just been up. I mean, this is a pretty nasty candle following it, but you can see it's defending. Oh, the buyers are defending. What up, Mitch? How's it going, dude? Yeah, we're gonna take it easy. Who is this guy? I need a counter like Liam had. Yeah, if we come back down here, I almost want to say buyers picked up again. I almost want to say if it revisits this zone, it could flush it, because you have a lot of you have a lot of stops under those wicks. Yeah, this was a great trade. I wish I would have held that. That was a really good setup for me. Like, you have this area of consolidation into a demand zone, and then it just ripped face off of that. Kind of crazy. So what's up? How have you guys taken trades today? And if you have, are you red or green, or how's your day? Liam, you ended up breaking even, right? Or did you take another trade after that? Dark red. Oh no. Were you trying to short today? I could see how people were getting sucked into shorts. Just bought a new account after paper trading last week and trying to adjust to mistakes. Nice. That's a good way to do it. Paper account was green today. Green Aegis sessions only recently. Yeah. The overnight sessions have been really good recently too. Like Globex. There's a fly in here and it's gonna drive me insane. Still learning. I thought it was a 4-hour, 1-hour downtrend. Let me look at this. Yeah, on higher time frames, it's been really tricky lately because we're essentially just flagging out. I mean, we're in this tight range, and it's tightening more and more. So I'm kind of looking, you know, on a higher time frame. Obviously the macro environment is gonna really play a big role into which direction do we break up or down, but you know what they say, never short all-time highs, and we're not really that far. 31,100, we're really not far from that. All it takes is one tweet from Trump. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the news. I always like to check in what's been going on. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is gonna move the market. Did you guys trade while everybody was speaking today? That was kind of all over the place. What do we got tomorrow? PPI. Fed speaks in the morning as well. Yeah. Kuwait getting attacked. Yeah, I mean, really, as soon as he announces another ceasefire, I mean, this thing could launch back up. Oh man, I looked away and you can see that zone getting respected. Could break out. You've got this area 896 900s to break out of. Other than the heavies that we retrace the blockade supposedly starting to market close, we shall see. Could be lows for all I know. Yeah, a lot of that news has been coming out in the afternoon. I mean, when I was watching Jaws last night, the movement was actually really good. See the 5 p.m. open. I mean, we dropped what? Jesus. I mean, that's a big move. Yeah, whenever I trade the open, Globex open, I try to keep my hands off between 5 and 7. Like, usually see the volatility come in around 7. And you could see that's exactly what happened. I mean, that's a huge candle too. Yeah, if we just look back, I mean, obviously you have the unpredictability of what happens when the market opens at 5. I mean, look at this gap. That's where you want to keep your hands off. And then 7, boom, there's that volatility spike. You usually get a pretty good move. Same thing. 7 kicks in, you get a big move. It's pretty consistent. Obviously not every night's like that, but it's been pretty decent lately. Yeah, do you trade into them, or do you wait for price to come back to them, or how do you trade those gaps? I really try to keep my hands off of it whenever, if I can. I can be impatient, so I'm not going to say I wait to hop in every time, but I guess it also depends on the violence of the move in each direction. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from what we just recapped over those last 3 days, you just follow the momentum. It's actually not a bad trade. Pretty consistent. Yeah, so when I mark out my zones, I know everybody's different, and any resource that you look up is going to give you a different time. And I know there's like official ones that a lot of people like to follow. There's also a lot of like I hate to say it, but there's like a lot of ICT concepts that follow that. I think it's called like kill zones. But what I use is 7 to 11. So I mark out 7 to 11, the highs and lows from that time frame, and then 1 to 4. So 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. I mark out, and I mark out 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. every single day. And usually I give it some grace. So, you know, if there's a clear range, I will mark that out instead of those exact times. But just in general, every single morning I mark out the highs and lows of those sessions. Yeah, this is TradeC. It works for how I trade. That being said, you really don't need a whole lot to trade the way that I do. I don't have like a ton of indicators. I don't even use VWAP anymore. Yeah, it's just a trading view. It's kind of just a trading view, white label or whatever they call it. Really just depends on liquidity. Been at a few Globx sessions lately that resembled summertime, but yeah, I'm curious. I mean, we are getting into those months where things traditionally slow down, so we shall see. Yeah, I don't even pay for level 2. Like, I've really, like, there's been a lot of evolutions of my charts over the last couple years. I really just like to strip it down. Like, I used to use Bookmap. I used to do that whole thing with volume profile and like seeing where the orders are and resting orders and where all the liquidity is. And it is really helpful. I just don't need it for the style that I like, you know, to trade. I think the more that I introduce on my charts, I feel like the more it causes me to take trades that I wouldn't normally. So I try to, like, VWAP was a big one for me, where it was a couple months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, where I decided to just take it off, just because I would get baited into bounces off of it. And like the indicator suggests in its name, you know, it's where the most volume is conducted. So you're going to see a lot of moves in and out of those areas that, I don't know, they bait a lot of people. Like, I get baited all the time for the VWAP bounce, and then I go long off of it, and then it rips right through it, and then I'm pissed. I just decided to take it off, and it's really helped me. I was looking to take a short off that high level, but we just don't seem to want to go up there. Yeah, I mean, we're in it's 1:30. You're not going to see a whole lot until, I mean, there will be liquidity injections at like 2 o'clock, and then you'll see it going into MOC. But this is kind of a time frame where you're going to see a lot of chop, basically. 7 to 11 Central Time, and then 1 to 4 Central Time. Kind of like the simple charts. It's where I've ended up in terms of evolution. Only use VWAP as an indication. Yeah. See, that's my problem, Liam. Like, in theory, like, I would tell myself, like, we're not going to take trades off of it, and we're just going to use it as a level that, you know, if we're above it, you know, you have safer longs. If you're below it, you have safer shorts. But I I don't know what it is. I just like get baited for those bounces, and that's like where all the chop exists basically. And you'll see, like, I've back tested it a ton, and it's like the one time that it works, it's like beautiful. It's like bottom ticks it perfectly and just like runs off of it. But I don't know, there's something about it. It looks pretty window. Yeah. Yep. Who is this guy? VWAP and 200 EMA combo on 5 minutes is a pretty perfect bias on the day. Would hold you from taking trades and taking quality ones. You mean when you say both of them, like the VWAP and 200, like, are you looking at a cross? Or are you looking for if price is above or below it? Or like, how do you use it? What I do too, use VWAP as trend and where price wants to be for the session, and then find my entries off wicks and order blocks. Yeah, that's smart. Using it like almost like a filter instead of an area to trade off of. That's definitely smart. Above and below, check 200 EMA. Yeah, trust me, I've tried the whole EMA thing too. I don't know. This is just kind of what works for me. Once I realized how we actually break VWAP each day, I stopped trading off of it. Yeah. I like to buy and sit and shop for hours. That's my strategy. Hey man, if it works for you. I do think as we approach power hour, I do think that this is a pretty interesting trade. Something like that. But we might have missed our opportunity. Oh. There it was. Let's see if it runs off of that. I don't know what that was. That was a lot of movement. You're right. I mean, there is no point of having the DOM without level 2, but I guess I could get rid of it. But then I have to pull it out. Oh, I have to pull it out. Oh God, now I'm not gonna know how to bring the orders back. But then I'm not gonna be able to take an order. There it is. I guess I could just switch it to this. There really is no point to have the DOM up though, without level 2, for sure. Maybe I'll just get it, just so we can all look at it. How do you put bars on TradingView? Bars like these, like these zones that you're seeing, or what are you referring to? Because how you do that is you just grab the rectangle tool and you can just draw it, and you can customize it any way that you want. So I just set mine to black and then change the opacity. Oh, volume. So it's called VPVR. It's volume profile visible range. And these are my settings for it if you would like to copy it. But I just set it to ticks per row, and then I set it to 2. And then I change all the volume settings to black, and then I just change the opacity to 50 so it looks clean. But you can set it up any way you want. And then another really useful tool in TradingView, which I know a lot of other platforms do too, is you have a fixed range volume profile. Yeah, no problem. Where I like to take the highs and the lows of whatever move happened most recently, and I like to see where the point of control was from that move. That's really useful to just see where the most amount of volume was conducted on a move. So you could see, like in this, from, let's see, almost from the open, where it's open, 8:30. So this move, you can see we basically reclaimed the point of control from that move, and then price moved higher off of it. Just out of curiosity, let's check this out. So you have a volume valley right here. You could, those tend to kind of be magnets, and we, boom, there it was. That's hilarious. It just moved straight down into that valley, and our zone is holding up. So that would have been not a good trade. Glad we didn't take that. But that's the area that I was pointing out earlier that I thought was pretty interesting. You had a rejection, reclaimed it, so it moved up above it, came back, retested it, bounced off of it, came back down, bought off of it again. Get wrecked, lungs. And then again here, rejection, reclaim, retest, move higher. How many people do we have in here? $160, 170? How many likes? 60 likes? That's not a bad ratio. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out a ton. We got France and Spain starting in 15 minutes. What do you guys got on that? I've been really, this is like the first World Cup that I've really gotten into, and I just absolutely love it. I'm gonna be so depressed when it's gone, when it's over. What platform or what prop I'm using? Lucid, but I'm using the Flex, the 50k Flex on Lucid. You can go to tbm.gg, check out all the prop firms. I'll show you what that looks like. Here, you could tbm.gg, you can go view the accounts for Lucid and compare and contrast what prop firms you like. I could try to help you out too. There are a lot of good, I think they're all really good options. It kind of just depends on what you're looking for. You know, a lot of people like different payout structures or passing the evaluation in a certain amount of time. Like there's a lot of, it really just depends on what you want out of it. You know, usually the faster ones where you can pass in a day are usually more expensive, usually have more strict payout rules. And then you have the consistency evaluations that, you know, it takes longer to pass them, but they usually have looser payout structures. Yeah, I can put the link. Yep. Here you go, man. 1 sec. There's the link right there, my man. Make sure you use code TBM. It'll give you the best discount. It'll always give you the best discount for any of these firms, whichever one you decide to go with. But they're all really good. Yeah, I got France. I got France today. I think Spain will put up a good fight. I think it'll be a really good game, but Mbappe is like unstoppable right now. He's just too good. And I don't think Lamine Yamal even has his first World Cup goal. World Cup is meh. Watch some good games, but once World Cup is over, I will likely not watch soccer again. I'm assuming you're from the US. I mean, yeah, like it's hard to get into it because there's just there's no infrastructure in the US for soccer. Like people just don't care about it. If we lose IBH here, we definitely probably see view off again if the theory pullback head of blockade is intact. I see you. Let me see where VWAP is, just out of curiosity. So damn, that's a big move. US will care when they stop calling it soccer. Hi, honestly, I hear you. I mean, once the MLS actually has some talent, Danny got bags. I miss it. Everyone take my mojo. I'm here for it. These, to be fair, these were from the Open. I haven't taken a trade yet. I wanted to take this retest here, but I'm in this like, I don't know. Right now, I just feel like I don't want to give anything back. Like if it sets up, it sets up. Like if we would have touched the bottom of this zone, I probably would have gone long. Take your flowers, Green Day. True, very true. Who is this guy? I need that counter. I need to steal that from Liam. I see soccer being played in a lot of local parks, but with NFL, MLB, NBA, don't think soccer will ever take a hold in the US. I mean, it's growing, but that's a huge market to compete with. I mean, the NFL does numbers, the MLB does numbers, NBA does numbers. It's kind of like, I view it the same thing as like the NHL. Like there's just no infrastructure for like kids who play when they're younger, so it's like people don't grow up watching it. There's no reason, and it's very expensive. Like select soccer, select hockey, I mean it's like a fortune to send your kid to do that. Jamie, this is the Stream Beats hip hop. It's actually not bad. It is not bad at all. I was gonna throw the EDM one on, but I feel like it's not the vibe right now. Market's trying up, keep these profits. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm gonna be so bummed if this moves to where I wanted it to, though. This was the first trade I was looking at, was the retest here. We would have got stopped out, but the real trade would have been off this level, and to see it try to push for a breakout. But we're in, it's 150. Power hours coming up. We might see a bunch of manipulation. If we sent our best athletes to soccer instead of football and others, we would be completely dominant, I believe. But in the US NFL pays so much more. Yeah, you're 100% correct. I agree with you. It's just a cultural thing too. I mean, kids are just not, they just don't grow up around the sports. We lost IB. Let me mark it out so I can see it. It's 10:30. 10. Okay, I see what you guys are seeing. What firms are you guys trading with today? Or what do you guys tend to lean towards? Just out of curiosity. I've been thinking about adding another eval or something into the rotation. Alpha futures, you're lying. You're absolutely lying. You're absolutely lying. PAs. Yeah, Ryan, I agree. Lucid is up there for me. Payouts are fast. Do you use what do you use do you use ACH or do you use is it Rise? Or I've heard Rise is like really fast, like instant. Lucid and Tradeify. Tradeify is another really good one. They're all good. All the ones that we trade with. I do want to try take profit. I heard their live accounts are very good. Approval to bank account is less than 30 minutes. Holy. Gotcha. Yeah, that's crazy. I should have went long, man. I should have went long. Look at that. Coming up to IB. This is IB right here though, right? Yeah. Or wait, I'm sorry. I have this marked out wrong. It's 8:30 to 9:30. That's IB. Okay, so so the zone that I have is literally IB high. See, that's the funny thing about trading is like there's always confluence amongst like strategies. It's like I would go back and look all the time, like trading trends without EMAs, and then I would like throw an EMA on, and then what do you know, it's like bouncing off the 21. IB first hour. Yeah. Just found you moments ago. Do you trade NQ and oil futures both? No, I just trade NQ. I've traded oil a couple of times. but it just moves. It doesn't really. It's not really conducive with the way that I like to trade. POC switch up there. See, that's what I wish like these platforms would have, like TradeC and all the TradingView based platforms, is to have those things. The only way you can do it that I know of is you can throw POC on, but it's for whatever's visible in your chart. So I mean, it's constantly changing. It's not really a true POC. I guess what I could do is just do a session. Is your volume profile just based off of like the New York session, or do you include overnight? I didn't see it. No. So, well, for the volume profile that I use, it's a visible range. So like you can see as I zoom in and out, the volume profile will change. So if you turn the point of control on, it's just going to constantly change with whatever the chart's showing. So I just keep it off. Session volume profile. See, it doesn't exist on these platforms. It sucks. I know on like the official TradingView. Yeah, on the official TradingView site, yeah, you can use it, but on these like white label or whatever you call it platforms, you just can't. It sucks. But if it's let's see, if we do it for the session, let's do 8:30 to now. It just won't change because you have to constantly move the session around. You could probably vibe code it. Yeah, that's actually a good shout. Just take the code off of the one that exists already in somewhere and then refine it. Yeah, that's smart. Do they let you add your own on TradeC? I don't even think they let you. Let me open TradingView over here and just look. So session, it's called session. Yeah, so there it is. So that's what I really want, but it just doesn't exist on TradeC, unfortunately. You know, Rips has custom indicators for his TradeC. Oh, really? I gotta look into that. I've always assumed that you just couldn't add your own. Cool. See you, man. Thanks for coming in. I've coded my own to get volume profile market with the candle and chat. It's used in TradingView charts they release. Just have to have a broker that has APIs. Yeah. All right, we might see some liquidity come in here when we're at the top of the hour at 2. Could see it kind of start to move. You got wrecked this morning. Long or short? Was it off the open? Try to bottom tick longs. Yeah, that's usually not the best approach. Just catching the knife over and over. Wasn't using your key levels. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, if you ever find yourself like, if you have the awareness to like know that, you know, I'm catching the knife over and over again, I'm taking paper cuts, you gotta just take a step back, go for a little walk, reset. I'm enabling a bot to trade a strategy for me that way the motions are completely out of the trades. Yeah, I think it's easier said than done though. What, I mean, do you think it's possible for your strategy? Like, is it a mechanical system that you can code? Made 1K off that drop. Nice, dude. GG's. Where'd you get short from? At 10:30 they swept the lows and then it went up. 10:15 Central, or what time zone? You've been working on it for 2 weeks. IFVGs, those are inverted fair value gaps, right? Oh, you mean Eastern? Yeah, they that candle is nasty. That wick is crazy. Kyle, how would you code it? Like, how would it know what IFVG to take though? Just out of curiosity. Would it like take, would there be certain parameters where it would know, like single out which ones to take or filter which ones to take? Do we take this long? Very tempted. It's 2 o'clock. Might take a stab here. You have a volume shelf at 94. Hourly looks decent. I mean, it's failing. And you have this area down here too, though, where there's consolidation right in here. We'll take a very small position. I'm not gonna risk more than like $100. We might just get auto swept. Because if we don't wick back into this zone, then it's not respecting it. We'll see. New 5-minute opening up. Could just get swept here. Do you rush evals or pass normally? I mean, I definitely am a little bit more aggressive on evals than I like when I'm in a funded account, but nothing crazy. Like I don't trade the 1 day like the pro accounts or premium accounts where you can pass in 1 day. I just don't see the benefit of doing that for the way that I trade. I mean, I usually like on average I probably pass in like 3 to 4 days, so nothing crazy. I usually trade, you know, I might size up a little bit. Like my normal sizing is like 5 to 10 micros. I might trade like 15 micros on an eval instead, just to so I'm not spending like a week or two in an eval. Ryan, I'm not gonna say that I haven't. I try not to. Because then you're just like, you know, you're almost gambling at that point if you're sizing up that much. You see that on Reddit all the time. Yeah, I mean, if you size up that much, you're just you're opening the risk to it makes your heart race. Yeah, I mean, you're just opening up the risk a ton. You're usually just sizing up more than you should. But I mean, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't done that before, for sure. But you'll find yourself cycling through evaluations a lot more when you do that. So it depends what your risk tolerance is. 1 eval per week. Yeah. And I think that's really smart to like give yourself a budget for a week or a month of like how much you want to spend. And then, yeah, 100%. I think that's smart. Yeah, and take your time. I wouldn't try to pass it in 2 sessions, you know. If the consistency rule is 50%, I wouldn't just try to pass it in as little time as you possibly can. I think we're gonna get swept here. Yeah, there we go. Don't be an adrenaline junkie when it comes to trade. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Lucid 50K normal price is like 98. Yeah. No, it adds up, man. It adds up. Look, it wicked us out and it's probably gonna rip now. Like if this closes in a minute and a half, if this closes like a doji, that would just, it would probably bait me into another long, but I'm not going to. Once you get payout, yeah, I mean, once you get payouts, I'm sure you can start being more aggressive with it. You mean evals or like your funded account? I think the more you size up your funded account, you can start sizing up for sure. You're on your trades, but you know, because the more cushion you have, you can start trading bigger for sure. I think that's the whole point of like scaling it up and down. That's why I think like you'll never see me the way that I trade. I don't have like a fixed like risk to reward. It's always dynamic and changing depending on the size of the trade that I'm in. If I'm trading 5 micros, I'm going to have a different stop size than if I had 20 micros on. And I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, this is like such a, this candle is just so baity. It's gonna like suck in longs and then pull back. When you're looking at where do you want to put your stop, put your buy order there instead of it. Oh, like take the other side of your own trade. Yeah, I mean, Robbie, I don't think you're that. I think it's, oh no. Wait, let me read. When you're looking at where you want to put your stop, put your buy order. Oh, I see what you mean. Like put it lower. Yeah, yeah. Do I limit or mark it in? I mean, I do both. I probably tend to join the bit, like market in more frequently, just because I'm like actively looking at it. Like if I'm doing something else or like my mind is somewhere else, I might set a buy order down here and just let it sit if there's a specific level that I'm wanting to trade off of, for sure. But yeah, my trading changed a lot when I started to think about how can the market screw you over the most. And I think that's a really good kind of thought process to have before you enter a trade, is like, I think that's kind of to your point, Robbie, of like moving your entry down to where your stop would originally be, because you got to think that it's all about liquidity. So if there's a lot of people entering in a specific area, you know that there are stops above or below that area. And I think that's where the market likes to grab liquidity and sweep areas. Like you could see that with this wick right here. Hey, a new face. Nice to see you. Excited to see the trading gems you dropped for us. Thanks, Fluffy. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining. Sometimes I think to build a strategy that has a 0% win rate and just to take the inverse of it, we'll become millionaires before we know it. All right, dude, you're on to something. They always trying to retrace, take you out, and then go in the other direction. Yeah, you're 100% right. Look at that. I'm going to turn the executions on. I mean, this is literally exactly what we're talking about. I got in, swept me, and it's just pumping now. But I established the risk before I got into the trade. I'm already up. I was up $500 or $590, and I didn't want to expose myself to more risk than I wanted to. So, if I'm only willing to give back $100, then that's just, it doesn't really matter what I want out of the market. It doesn't matter what I want it to do. That's just the fixed risk that I have before I enter a trade. And I think that's a good mindset to have. That is tilting though. Like, look at that. Let's wick this out. And we're pumping. Almost 40 points. Always pull a fib retracement so you at least know where the 50 and 618 are for participation. Yeah, fibs are a really good tool. Dude, I'm so tilted. Like, look at that. That is crazy. That is crazy. What time frames do you enter on? 5 minute. 5 minute is pretty much as low as I'll go. I always take a look at like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, but the 5 minute is where I enter in on. What are your favorite tools similar to Matt's, or do you have some hidden gems that you like to use? I guess the only like hidden gem, I mean, it's not a new concept or anything, but the fixed range volume profile. So the way I like to use it is I'll take let's just say this move from the morning, from 9:15 to 10:30, this big move here, I'll take the low and to the high of that move, and I'll set it to show me where the volume, the point of control was. So where the most amount of volume was conducted in a swing. So swing low to swing high, and then where the point of control is on that, from that move. So where the most amount of volume was put in on that move. And then what I'll do is I'll use it as confluence. So in this circumstance, we retraced to that point of control, held it, and then we moved higher off of it. But like any strategy, you know, it's not 100%. It doesn't work every single time, and you got to know when and how to use it. And I put I have a lot of back tests doing that, so it takes practice in knowing when and how to identify the swing highs and lows and when to use that tool. The other one is like anchored VWAP, is kind of the same sort of concept. But I'll pull those up every once in a while. So like if we get a huge move like this, I might throw it on. I might anchor it to that high and see how price reacts to it. So you can see today, I didn't even pull it on today, but put it on today, but you can see that it respected it pretty well. You know, we traded into it, rejected, traded into it, rejected, over and over and over again until it ultimately moved lower and then broke above it. And then, you know, it made a new low. So it kind of almost invalidates that. And you could add a new anchor to that low and see how that works. But I'll use those every once in a while. I mean, usually when we're in a heavy trend day, check 200 EMA reactions. Sure. Let's throw it on. Yeah, you could see respect of the 200 here. The 200 is tough though, because price just like very seldom interacts with it. And if it does, I mean, you could see, I mean, that's really nice. But you could see when price consolidates, you know, it's really hard to trade off of it, like in this area. But again, if you know how to use it, I just don't, I'm not like too studied on EMAs and how to use them, but from what I remember, you know, when I used to throw them on my charts, is that it depends on market condition. You know, if we're in a trending market, then EMAs work great, but if you get caught in consolidation, you can get really chopped up. I didn't know it was possible to be tilted or for someone else, but here we go. Great trade idea. Thanks, Liam. Yeah, dude, that is, I mean, it's my own fault. Like, realistically, like, I think the psychology of just like being up money and not wanting to give anything back, you know, normally I would have probably had a bigger stop and maybe we would have stayed in that move. But it is what it is. You gotta respect the risk before getting into the trade, and that's what I tried to do. Do you backtest every day? No, I don't really backtest at all anymore. But there was I mean, I've been trading for like 4.5 years now, so there was definitely a good chunk of time where I was backtesting every single day for at least like sometimes hours. Pretty much anytime I had free time, I would be backtesting, try to figure out. I was really in the stage of like figuring out how I wanted to trade and what worked for me. I switched to a 5-minute in a volume chart. Seen a lot more success than being on a 1-minute. Yeah, the 1-minute is crazy. I don't understand how people, I mean, it's it just whips around like crazy. Too many entries for me to like process on a 1 minute. That's why I like the 5. It's just like a sweet spot where you can kind of process the information a little bit better, at least for me. I love consolidation, but when it's ping ponging back and forth, it's just chop. Yeah, backtesting is very, very useful. What are my volume profile settings? So via VPVR, the visible range volume profile, and then I have it set to ticks per row in the row layout, and then I set the size to 2. And then I keep everything else the same, and then I just change all the volume up and down and the value areas all to the same color. So for me, it's black. And then I just change the opacity. Dude, look at this move. This is crazy. Where did we get stopped out? Literally at the bottom of the body of the candle. So it's like our exit was the support level. 5 minute paired with footprint on a volume chart is so clean. Yeah. Ended up break even today because I played it too tight on my setup. 50-point winner with 4 points of drawdown left on the table. Yeah, I feel ya. Break even, it's a win though, dude. Live to trade another day. Dude, this is ripping. Ripped off our exit. Literally. Ripped off it. Right idea though? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I guess this I mean, you can kind of see where, so I have the zone off of the top of the wicks when maybe the right idea would have been to use the bodies as that level instead, because you can see that where the bodies, like where the where price action actually ended up, I mean, is like perfect. So maybe that was the play. Now that you're 4.5 years in, after you get off the charts, do you think about your performance that day, or do you just forget and move on? I try to reflect on it, but then I like to move on. I think you have to. You know, trading is a performance-based, you know, activity. Just like if you just think about it, like being a professional sports player, the best athletes in the world, they don't think about their last performance. You can't. You know, if you lose and let that affect you the next day, and let those feelings and those results follow you into the next day, then it's just gonna fall apart. You kind of have to. I think it's important to reflect on it for sure. And I think that's the benefit of journaling. You know, putting it down into writing. So you can look back at, you know, what mistakes you made or what you did well, and to learn from it. But it is very important to move on. Can we get to 100 likes? Yeah, let's get these. What are we at? How many likes are we at? Let's get to 100. We're pretty close. 93. 7 more likes. 136 people. Not too bad for the first stream. Appreciate you guys all being here. Hope you're liking the stream so far. Yeah, first stream on Matt's channel. Friend or family. Just I work with him. He's a friend too. Everybody that you're seeing outside of the 8:30 to 10 central time frame are all everybody's new to the channel. So make sure you join. There will be a stream at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central with Jaws, who's another member of the stream team. Basically any hour of the day that the market is open, you'll be able to see someone streaming on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know whenever someone goes live. Dream stream team, yes sir. All right, we're coming up on 2:30. Might see some more liquidity injected into the market before MOC. Look at that. Look at that anchor VWAP from that low. I mean, what? Look at that. That is wild. Pretty when it works, absolutely. I mean, yeah, when it works for sure. You can see where this is why I don't like VWAPs is like all this volume is here. You could see this candle literally take out everybody and then ends up respecting it, but it's nice to have on your chart. But you're right, I mean, it can mess with you a little bit. The VPVR, who is the author? It's not a community indicator. It's built in. Are you on what platform are you on? Like TradingView's actual site? Because I can look for that for you. Was that a winner? No, look at this. We got stopped. The body of that candle is our stop. And yeah, we just got wicked out and it went without us. Bummer. Dude, I'm so tempted to take a long off this retest. TradingView, yes, I have app. Okay, let me look for you. So if you open up TradingView and just type in volume, oh, I could see where it gets confusing. Go to built-in, go to technicals, click profiles, and then visible range volume profile. It should be the very last one. And that's it. Guys, I want to long this so bad. I want to take this so bad. Oh man. You know, you have 800 psych level. Oh, wow. There's that 230 injection of liquidity that we just mentioned. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take that long. Matt is dead. Matt is not dead. He streamed like 8 hours 2 days ago. Or yesterday. What am I talking about? Yesterday. He streams every morning still. Every morning. Who am I? I'm Danny. This is my first stream on the channel. We have a new format. So Matt streams in the morning. His normal session, it's 8:25 to 10 a.m. And then we have a new stream team where you'll see new faces you'll see Liam from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then you'll see me from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then there will be a little break from 3 to 5 while the market's closed. And then you'll see Jaws pick up at 5, where he'll stream the Globex Open from 5 to 10. And then you'll see Jamie in the morning for the London session before Matt hops on at 8:30. And then it just rinse and repeat. So you'll always be able to come to this channel and have somewhere to hang out, talk trading. Yep, you are indeed watching right now. Another nasty wick. That's crazy. If it holds that, could see another leg higher. So you can see this is the first day on this account. It hasn't updated yet, but we'll show this every day. Keep you guys in the loop how the account's going. But this is 50k flex account with Lucid, and this is a funded account. If ES loses, IBH here holding NQ up right now. Let me just check out ES. IBH high. Even though I hope peeps aren't trading heavy this close to close. Yeah, this gets sketchy. Closer you get to the MOC, crazier it gets. Or sketchier, more sketchy it gets. Candles are crazy right now. Yeah, that 230 liquidity injection. This candle closes in 10 seconds. Yeah, that bid off 70. You never know though. This could just be manipulation, you know? Suck in buyers and then just reject and just sweep lower. Because now you know where their stops are. Their stops are all under here. So now you have liquidity under 70s. So we'll see if the buyers can hold it up. No giveaway today, but we will absolutely have them. You do not want to miss tomorrow's stream in the morning at open. A very fun stream for tomorrow. Is the New York afternoon session closing at your time until when we be live? I'll be live until 3 p.m. So I got another 25 minutes on stream, and then we'll wrap it up. Buyers holding it up. Oh God, Spain's up 1-0. Oh yeah, buyers stepping up now. Might be flipping this though. 800 seems like a tough level for them to hold or to get through. But I feel like if they break over 800 and hold it, you could see a nice move into the close. What's up, guys? I'm gonna go to the bathroom for like 1 second. Be right back. Real traders wear a bag strapped to their leg. Look, rejected 800. Yeah, that's a tough level for them to get through. Spain scored on a PK. Really? Who took the PK? Was it Lamine? because that would have been his first World Cup goal, I think. He kicked the other guy trying to kick the ball in the box. So was it Lamine who took the PK, or? Dude, I don't even want to talk about red cards in the World Cup right now. It is crazy. The controversy, or I don't know, dude. FIFA is just all over the place. It is actually insane. The collusion. Back at 800. I almost want to short that. Is this Matt's brother? No. I'm a new streamer on the channel. Matt streams in the morning session. So there's a new group of streamers that will be live on the channel pretty much all day. Anytime you want to tune in, there'll be someone here to watch. But he's still streaming in the morning every day, like normal. What's your P&L for the day? Right now I'm up 477. Been watching all the new streams today, and the amount of time someone comes in. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be like that for a while, probably. At least for a couple weeks. Where do I find the time to do all the video edits and trade? Well, luckily, I mean, I get a lot of my stuff done in the morning. I mean, I'm really only actively trading for maybe like an hour in the morning, but I mean, I'm usually taking on other tasks while I'm trading. To be fair, you could pass as his brother. Long lost sibling. Do you trade in the morning too? Yeah. Yep. I love the morning session. I actually really like pre-market. Like, I take a lot of trades before the open. And then I usually, kind of like Matt, I usually keep my foot off the gas for the first like 15, 20 minutes. Let the price action calm down a little, and then if something sets up, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm Matt's editor. Yep. Yeah, I mean, trading doesn't really take up that much time for me, so I'm able to get a lot of other stuff done. My opinion on the recent price action we've been facing, like, just in general, like, I mean, I think it's been, I mean, it's very volatile. I think it's a time to size down for a lot of people. I mean, I do think there's a lot of people struggling right now. I mean, you're getting crazy moves. Even like just thinking back to Jaws' stream last night, like watching that 100-point candle. Where was it? Right here, like there's that liquidity injection at 7, and then you have a 140-point candle. I mean, that's crazy. And that's Globex Open. I mean, that's in the evening. And then you're seeing, let's see how big this swing is. 330 point swing in an hour. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity out there. You just kind of have to, you got to be careful and size down so your risk can tolerate the movement. But I think there's a lot of opportunity. What would you call this, clean though? It depends. Like, everybody's strategy is different and works better in different conditions. So For me, yes, I would say it's pretty clean. Like I'm getting a lot of really good. I mean, we had a really good move here off my demand zone. Another really good move off my demand zone. I mean, another one right here. I mean, for my strategy, it's been really good. But you know, if you're trading a different strategy, it might be really tough right now. Is this an eval or PA? This is a funded account with Lucid. I sit out 9:30 to 9:45. Yeah, that's smart. You've been trading like Dodgy and PB. I don't like this price action at all. Yeah. So Dodgy's like all fair value gaps, right? Or inverse ones. I have no idea how that would play out in this sort of market. I wouldn't even know how to identify one. Would like this be a inverse fair value gap? Like right here? So it's a bearish fair value gap that price ran through and then used it as support. So then thus inversing it. Am I right there? Yeah, that would be one. I mean, that would have worked out really good because you have, I mean, look at that. It came back, tested it perfectly, respected it perfectly, actually. One minute mainly. I mean, maybe in this market condition, it might be worth it to move up to a higher time frame. You know, like a 3 minute or a 5 minute. A 1 minute and with this much movement is just, it's going to be really tough. Yeah, think of it like a low volume node, the inverses and axis support. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we got MOC coming up here. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Did we get to 100? 100 thumbs up. Let's check. 105. Let's fucking go. Nice. Pushing up now. My kind of take on this is you probably had a lot of people shorting 800 and now you're ripping those stops. Okay, there's some liquidity coming in. Retesting 800. Oh man, that's tempting too. That's a tempting long. Last 10 minutes usually has some movement. Let's see. Not holding my breath though. Yeah. Do you always only trade session volume, or do you also do multi-day volume? Just current session. It's not a bad thing though to have multi-day, like a weekly volume profile. That can be really helpful for like a bigger picture view of where price might be heading. How many trades have I taken? I've taken, let's see, I think 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh, 3, 5, 10. 3 day, 5 day, and 10 day. See, I feel like my ideas have been really like solid. I just have been hesitating. I think that's the downside of taking trades earlier in the day, or being up money, being up earlier in the session. It's kind of like, do I want to put any of that at risk? I think today the answer was no. This is my first day on the funded account. There's really no point in pushing it. I think, I mean, a $500 day is really, really solid. You only need a couple of those to get to a max payout with Lucid Flex. There's really no point in pushing it. Although, I mean, I just told you I was thinking about that 800 retest long. I wish I would have took that too. But hindsight's 2020. You guys have many positions on going into MOC? Or is everybody pretty much locked up for the day? And if you are locked up, red or green? You're long? Nice. Where'd you get long from? Didn't get wicked out? Nice. What was your entry? Green locked? GG's. Nice. All right. You might see some liquidity pop off right here. $805 locked profit. 805. Nice. Good entry. Very nice. Barely any setups. Very boring price action. I mean, we've had some good movement, but what is your setup? What setup are you looking for? We're coming back down to 800. And there's some liquidity. 255. I was trading RTY today. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a totally different market. MOC gives me anxiety. Yeah, I don't touch it, honestly. You never know. I do not touch it. Only 2 trades all day, very boring but profitable. Sometimes you need to sit on your hands. Yep, 100%. 100% agree. Yeah, I feel like NQ had a really good, pretty decent day. I mean, you had a huge move off the news or the numbers, and then you retraced pretty much the entire move into a 300 point bounce. Pretty decent. If you're a fib trader, this is probably a good setup for you. Right into that zone. So it retraced pretty nicely. Still locking up at 800. It's definitely consolidating. Pretty dead. Pretty dead MOC. Probably get another move here in a minute though. Defended 800 again. Got in late. Can you go over your trades again? Always love to hear the strategy. Yeah. Let me pull up my executions. So, I mean, I basically trade a loose like supply and demand, like support and resistance. So, I'm very, very basic. I'm looking left at where price has been defending and supporting. So I have these levels marked out. And then the other on top of supply and demand, I trade off of overnight highs and lows. So, the Asia session, London session high and lows. So that's what these boxes are. And then those lines are the highs and lows of those sessions. So really good confluence here today. So we came down into that high, wicked into our demand zone, defended it, wicked right into it. I took a long off the hoping to get a reaction off of that key level that I have, and I scalped it for like, let's see, we got in at 43, got out at 59. So really small scalp. Same thing here. I took a short off of that zone. So we were coming up to it, rejecting it over and over again. You could see those really large wicks up here. So took a short at 754. So right as it rejected, and got out at 720. So another little scalp there. Price pushed up, was pretty much hands off. Waited for this to come back. And this is like a really perfect setup for my strategy. Is you have that point of interest, that area of interest, which is right here. Price pushes out of it, retraces, respects that level, holds it. Took a long, and took a, let's see, 731 to 45. So 14 points. Quick scalp there. And then we tried a final trade here, hoping it would respect this level again, which we could see if we look left. This is area of interest. So price comes up, rejects. Let's see, let's count. Rejects once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, breaks out of it, retests it, bids out of it, comes back, bids out of it again, comes back, breaks through it, and then it retests that zone again for a move lower. So we knew that this was an area of interest at 800s. So we tried to go long off of it, got wicked out. The body of that wick, of the bottom of that body, is exactly where we got stopped out. And if our stop was a little bit wider, had a little bit more risk tolerance, that would have been a great trade. It moved right back up to where we wanted it to go. I think our take profit was right in this area at 824, so that would have been a 25 point long. But we just didn't have. I was up 590 on the day originally going into this trade, and I pretty much going into it only wanted to risk about $100, so that's all I was really willing to take, and we just got stopped out. But end of the day up 477, first day on the funded account. So really good day for me. About 3 winning trades and 1 losing trade. But yeah, guys, that really kind of wraps up the day. MOC was dead. 800 was that level that we couldn't really hold, so rejected it. Yeah, no problem, Sammy. No problem at all, man. Thanks for joining the stream. But yeah, 800 was that level that we just couldn't hold, and you're seeing price fall now. Appreciate it, Mitch. Thanks for joining. Lesson in patience for sure. Yeah, that's the name of the game. The name of the game. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up the day. What I want to do going forward is I'm gonna try to make a Notion template for a trading journal so I can bring that into next stream. So hopefully it's ready. I can get it ready for tomorrow. And then that's something that I could share with you guys so we could all basically journal together and just reflect on our trades at the end of each session. But yeah, guys, shout out Mitch. Shout out to all you guys. I appreciate you guys joining the stream. Had a good amount of people in here. Got up to 100 likes. Very nice. Took a trade. Didn't go our way, but that's all right. That's just how it goes. And yeah, guys, I think that wraps up the first day with the new streaming format. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you come back for Jaws' stream at 5. He'll be streaming the Globex Open. And I'll be in there. I'm sure all of us, Liam will probably be in there. Jamie might show up. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys all joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. Thanks for joining. Later.